Multiplying numbers together can be quite simple. All you need is a good calculator. But what would you have done before calculators existed?
Multiplication is adding a number to itself numerous times. The ancient Egyptian system was of adding a number to itself and then adding the result to itself, and so on. To multiply by 45, they would add the results from the fifth, third, second addition, and the original number.
This process could be quite tedious and wouldn't have been helped by the way that Egyptians represented their numbers pictorially. Arabic numerals, which are our number system, are far easier to work with.
The Russian peasant method involves doubling one number and halving the other. When you halve an odd number, neglect the remainder. Continue until one of the numbers is 1, then select and add the numbers from the odd multiplications.
The method of multiplication you are taught in school is not the only method for achieving the correct answer.
We normally perform the multiply and carry operations together and then add. The lattice method of multiplication performs all operations independently. Draw a box with columns and rows, dividing each cell diagonally down and left. Multiply each of the number combinations and place the results in the matching row and column for those numbers. The tens should be placed in the upper division and the units in the lower division. From the lowest diagonal up, add each number in that diagonal, carrying over to the next diagonal until you get a result.
Napier's bones are practical versions of this method of multiplication. They are a series of bones, or whatever material they are made from, with the multiplications for each cell already performed.
Lining up Napier's bones, you can read the result of the multiplication of a number with a single digit. Be careful about carries which may occur across diagonals. Genaille Lucas rulers, which are based on Napier's bones, solve this reading difficulty by listing the possible carry configurations and directing the reader to the appropriate digit, starting with the top digit of the final ruler.
John Napier, a Scottish mathematician who invented Napier bones, also invented logarithms, which are used by slide rules.
By adding two logarithmic distances together, you multiply the numbers which they represent. Because this method is limited by the accuracy of the device and the observer, it is not as accurate as the other methods discussed.
All of these methods are very interesting, and they have served their purpose during the years that they were widely used. Today, computers have increased the speed of doing these calculations multiple times over.